8 years we have been waiting for this moment, and here it is. Hytale has officially released into early access. Now, there might be some of you wondering, what the heck is Hytale and why should we care? Well, just from looking at it, you can probably guess that it is very, very similar to Minecraft. In fact, in some ways, you could argue this game is intended to be a spiritual successor to Minecraft, created by the Hypixel team, which is especially well known for their private Minecraft servers, incredible minigames, adventure maps, mods, and so on. Honestly, I'm a little surprised this game exists. The studio was bought out by Riot Games in 2020, and then in June of last year, Riot announced they had stopped development of this game before selling it back to the founder in November, and then 2 months later, here we are with an early access. Interesting turnaround. I think the real question is, though, given this game's very deep ties to Minecraft, how will this game differentiate itself from its predecessor? That's what we're going to investigate in today's video. Now, the first thing you'll do is you'll create your custom avatar, and there are a lot more options and details available in this game than there is in Minecraft. Though I will say, having played Minecraft for so long, this kind of voxel art almost feels like Uncanny Valley because there's so much detail. But I can't get mad, I'll get used to that. Then you'll go to Worlds and you will create your own world. Now, right now we have access to Exploration and Creative mode. Eventually there are going to be adventure maps, but those are not available during the early access. Nonetheless, kind of cool to see what is going to be available. We are, of course, going to be calling this Praetoria, and let's begin. And welcome to your new world. You'll always be spawning in this kind of ruined temple for some reason. There might be a lore reason behind that, but I am not sure. And if we step outside, well, goodness gracious, this looks very familiar now, doesn't it? It's very Minecrafty. Yes, indeed, and just like with Minecraft, you'll want to play the game more or less the same way. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to find a tree, and I'm going to start punching it at its base. Though you will notice it takes a very long time to knock down. Why? Because once it is done, the entire tree comes a-tumbling down. Now, this is nothing new to us. We've seen this in various different mods for Minecraft for a very long time, but it was never integrated into the base game. No surprise then, the Hypixel team, who is so used to modding, seems to know what the Minecraft community wants, or historically has wanted over the years, and kind of made it a base feature in Hytale. Of course, punching is exceptionally inefficient, so what I'll do is run over here and grab a bit of stone rubble wherever I can find it. And then if I hit tab, we can go to our pocket crafting. Now, this is a bit different from Minecraft. We don't have a little 2x2 grid, or even at a crafting bench, we don't have a 3x3 grid where you have to memorize all these little patterns in order to craft anything. Instead, it's a very simple system where it just tells you outright what you need, and then as long as you have it, you can craft it. So with a bit more plant fiber, let's just go ahead and make a crude hatchet, and we'll also make a crude pickaxe. And there we go. No fuss, no muss. Much easier. Suddenly chopping down these massive trees is not so bad, and it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to get a massive amount of wood. Nice. One thing I'm not thrilled about with this system, though, is one thing you'll find with these trees is that they tend to have wood that goes deep into the ground. I suppose these represent roots or something. And while it is nice to be able to get myself a little bit of extra wood, one thing I don't like about this system is I tend to leave these giant holes in the world. So now I have to fill it with dirt, or just accept craters everywhere. By the way, another cool little thing about Hytale here. So you'll notice we're kind of in a bit of a pickle here. I'd have to normally place down some blocks in order to jump my way out. But in Hytale, no problem. 3-block ledge, run forward, jump, and you just climb your way out. Nice little detail. You'll also find there's a lot more variety in the animals or enemies in this game. I don't even know what these giant yak things are, but they look pretty cool. And of course, there's going to be wolves and skeletons and goblins and all manner of nasty, creepy crawlies trying to kill you. For now, what I really care about is building up my own house. I think I might build something on the top of this hill. You know, it's not so bad. It's close to a river where I could get some fish. I know there's a cave over there. Not bad. We'll take it. Of course, this also means I now need to begin a massive deforesting operation. And I'm fine with that. This is how I make my mark on a new world. I assert my dominance by chopping down all of your trees. All right, at this point, I think what I want to do is start constructing my actual home. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start crafting a couple of workbenches. Takes any tree logs, takes a bit of stone, no problem. We'll craft one of these workbenches here, and we'll craft a builder's workbench. crafting in this game does work a bit different. As I said, we don't have quite the same grid pattern, but what you do need are these workbenches. What you can simply do is open them up, and they'll see a whole bunch of different recipes available for them. And there are a lot of different workbenches we could place. We have furnaces, armorers, blacksmiths, tanning racks, chef's stove, eventually even alchemy or arcanist's workbenches. So this is the primary way that we're going to be able to access a bunch of key recipes for the game. If I want to go to this builder's workbench, this is how we get a lot of the best building blocks in the game. So I'll take some oak here, for example. And just like that, you can see all your different options. We've got regular planks, we've got ornate or decorative planks, stairs, ceilings, ladders, doors, furniture, all the stuff. For now, let's see. I want to get myself some stone bricks and maybe a bit of decorative stuff here. We'll get ourselves some simple planks, and let's get ourselves a foundation. There we go. Simple foundation like this seems okay. And then maybe I start getting myself a handful of roofs, and we start thinking what that's going to look like. Yeah, maybe something kind of like this. Now, one thing that's nice is you will notice that some of these blocks will automatically adjust depending on what's around them. So if I were to, let's say, chop a couple of planks out from here, there we go. You see that just became a diagonal up there. So there's a little bit of finagling you can do to try and draw out a bit more aesthetic appeal from your blocks. It's getting a little dark out here, though, so hard to see it right now. A few torches would solve that up real quick. The lighting features in this game are actually not half bad. It feels pretty solid. And then if you get to some corner pieces like this, it should automatically create, yeah, this little adjoined corner here. So a lot of the features you might be used to in some other professional Minecraft mods actually already exist here in Hytale, which is nice. I will say the ability to jump up many blocks at once is definitely making it a lot easier to work on my house. Otherwise, getting up and down 2 stories becomes a bit of a pain. The exact shape I'm looking for here is a little bit tricky, not gonna lie, but I'm kinda liking the direction this is starting to work. Should be told I probably shouldn't be spending as much time on this house as I am, but y'all know me. I don't like to even start the game until I have a nice, beautiful abode. Alright, I think that looks halfway decent. I can work with that. We'll furnish the inside of it properly later, but for now, let's actually continue with the main game, shall we? And let's make sure we craft myself a quick little makeshift bed, just so I can claim this as a proper spawn point. There we go. Though there is more I certainly could do to beautify this. One nice thing in Hypixel is that you can get things like slabs, which if I craft a couple of these, you can see here, we could, let's say, do something like this. They're kind of like those half blocks, good for adding a little bit of extra texture in a few spots. Again, it's another one of those examples of something that people really wanted to have in base Minecraft. People had to make mods for it. Hypixel recognizes what people want and incorporated it into the base game. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a furnace and also a tanning rack as 2 new stations I need. And for now, I'll just leave these outside, though we will move them inside later on. Now, this is where things start to feel a little bit less like normal Minecraft and more like, I don't know, something like Valheim, right? These special crafting stations. If I wanted to get myself some tanned hides, all I'd have to do is actually put a few on the tanning rack, and they'd start turning into leather. In fact, let's see if I can't hunt something down. Die, chickens, die! Thank you for your sacrifice. All right, just toss these in, and there they go. In the furnace, you just need to have some ores and some sort of fuel. Sticks even will work if you want. And we can start smelting down some ores to make better materials. Speaking of which, it is high time that I go into the mines. Fortunately, there's an entrance into a cave right next to my house. Let's go down. Personally, I always follow the strategy of placing torches on the right side of the walls as you move down. That way, if you want to go back, just find the torches on the left and you know you're heading back up. Hello, copper. This is going to be one of the most important early resources we can get, so we can start getting ourselves proper tier 2 materials. I just heard something. Hello. Some little goblins appear to have spawned. I don't know that I have a way of dealing with these yet, but okay, let's go ahead and jump into combat. So, yeah, okay, let's just attack with the left click and stuff. Block with right, so if they're going to take a swing at us, we can just use our energy to block any damage. If you hold down click, there's a charge attack we can make use of, which is obviously pretty helpful if you want to close a quick distance. And I think we can take these guys down. Why they spawn behind me? I don't know. That seems unfair. Anyway, victory is mine. Let's continue exploring the deep. Ooh, nice big open cave area. What is this? Blue nettles and... I don't even know what this is. Hold on, this is what? Nothing. It appears to just be a glowing crystal? No, it's a cyan crystal shard. Ooh. What does that do? I don't have any ideas. There is a magic system in this game. If I take a look at my character, you can see we do have a mana bar down here that's currently empty. Not sure what it takes to activate that, haven't gotten that far into the game quite yet, but I do like the idea of having a little bit of magic and alchemy right off the bat. Going down nice and deep right now, but I think this is the end of the road, unless there's more caves to open up somewhere. In addition to copper, I'm kind of looking for some iron as well. It would be nice to go ahead and jump directly into the next material if we can, but not sure what depth we need to find that. I am currently assuming it operates by the same rules as Minecraft because, well, that's kind of how everything else has worked up to this point. But I could certainly be wrong. And a line over here too. Okay, so this cave network is already tapped out. That's unfortunate. Would have liked a lot more, but okay, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and head home, and we'll smelt what we've got. So let's go to our furnace, toss in all the copper ore, turn this on, and there we go. The smelting shall begin. While we wait for that, let's explore a bit more. So not too far away, I had noticed there appears to be some sort of a structure over this way. You will find this occasionally in the world. Hey, look, horses. Ooh, I bet you can tame those. You will find these little structures out here once in a while, you know, where some ogres or something else are going to live. Big nasties that we don't want anything to do with. Except that I do, because I like killing these things. That is a scary-looking wolf right there. That is a very scary-looking wolf, I'm going to tell you right now. Woo! And we got a bear after us as well. Okay, maybe this was a bad plan. Yeah, and the wolf just respawned over there. We'll come back to this. What else we got? We've got what looks like a nice, friendly little house over here. Maybe it's a ruin, actually. Is anyone home? Nope, this place is abandoned. Okay, looks like we can find ourselves a keg of nothing. That's great. Ooh, there's stuff hidden down here, though. Aha! Booby trap? No booby trap. Good. Chest. What do we find? Lettuce seeds. Okay, that's nice. Also some essence of life. You might be wondering what that is for, and so am I. There is other stuff to find out here, though. Looking at our map, we can see that just ahead of me, there's something here called the Forgotten Temple Gateway. It certainly seems like every map I've seen has this by default, not too far from your original little temple spawn. So this should be fun to explore. Yeah, right in here should be fine. Don't mind if I do. Let's take a look. Oh, cool, it's a little altar thing. Nifty. But if you go down this direction, there are some stairs. And right around the corner, there is a swirly portal, guarded by some sort of a stone guardian. We can fight this guy. It's a little bit risky since I have terrible weapons and no armor, but we can do it. He'll just take a few swings at you and stuff, and you gotta be ready to be really on point with your blocks. And also avoid those spinny attacks, because those will kill you dead so fast. Right, like that. Oh god, I ran out of energy. Didn't like it. Tell you what, see ya! And here we are. Woo! We appear to be in some sort of grand, lush, idyllic temple. Look at this place. Neat. And these little acorn guys. Hello. Look very cute. As far as I know, there's not really a purpose to this place quite yet. If you explore enough, you're going to find that there are a lot of areas with work in progress signs set up saying, hey, this will be a thing eventually, just not yet. For example, this guy right here, we could trade with Klopp, but there's nothing to do with it. This merchant, on the other hand, we could trade some of those essences of life that I showed you earlier in order to get a handful of other things. Now, I would trade 15 of them in exchange for a mushroom skewer. I don't know, but that is something we could do. Mostly, I just think it looks really cool. It gives you an idea of what kind of stuff might be in the adventure maps for this game, and certainly what kind of grand structures people will be able to construct in their own personal servers, or maybe some mini games. Yeah, good stuff. But right now, there's not a lot here for us. It just looks really cool. Let's go back. And ideally, not die while we're at it. Excuse me, thank you, I got what I needed. No, I didn't, I forgot something. Hold on, wait, come down here. Thank you, all right, woo! There's a chest over here, I want your stuff. I'm gonna loot it all. Doop, doop, doop. We got a mall, we got a couple things, some iron ore. That'll be nifty. Oh crap, I'm stuck in the corner. Oh crap, I'm actually stuck in the corner. Never mind, we're good. Juke City, buddy. You can't stop me, I'm the gingerbread man. Very cool, I'm looking forward to seeing how that evolves into something big and awesome. We'll come back for that stone guy later. Hello, Mr. Skellington, how are you? Not very good anymore. He's dead, again. Heading back to the house, let's go over to Furnace and see what we've got for ourselves. Should be a decent amount of copper. Beautiful, so if I want to, I can now go to our workbench and we could craft up some better tools, which of course I will do. And then I'd also like to get myself, let's say, a blacksmith's anvil and an armorer's workbench, which I shall bring inside so that I could craft myself some improved weaponry. There's also maces, battle axes, even dual-wielding daggers if you want, and of course we could upgrade a bow and so on. This also gives you a clue as to what kind of other materials will exist in the game. So we have copper, we've got iron, thorium, cobalt, adamantite, and ultimately mithril. Though to unlock some of this stuff, we need to have upgraded tiers of our anvil, and that's going to require a lot of materials as well. So it's a long investment. For now, copper sword feels like an improvement. I'll take it. And I'll also get myself a copper cuirass over here, and let's get myself an iron shield as well for some better defense. Equip it like so, and there we go. Okay, so now I have a lot better defense. I can fight bigger, scarier monsters. In fact, let's test this right now. Hello, our old friend, the Rock Monster. Bow down, 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 down. Rock Monster? Yeah, that guy. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and try to deal with him, and as long as we can take him down, I feel like maybe, just maybe, we have improved. Yeah, you can do your little spinny attacks. It won't avail you much. Here we go. Spin, 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 spin. Oh, look how much we tanked that, bro! All right, a better shield makes a huge difference. Now, as you fight, you can charge up a special ability. You'll notice we have something going on here with my sword. It is glowing. I'm just going to run around and get some energy back real quick. Come over here, Rock Monster! I want to slash! There, see? I did a big spinny move of my own, and now he is dead. What do we get? Some green crystal shards and an emerald. What do I do with an emerald? I have no idea, but it's cool, and it's mine now. Presumably the different weapons have different kinds of special attacks and cadences and stuff like that. I think dual-wielding some daggers actually sounds kind of fun. And I like that the enemies actually have some different combat animations you kind of have to learn, right? You have to instinctively know, all right, that looks like he's about to swing, let's do a block. Oh, he keeps spinning. Ah, I should probably back away, right? It's not like Minecraft where the enemies just charge at you stupidly. There's actually a little bit more thought to it. And that's where I keep saying this game does feel a little bit more like, let's say, Minecraft meets Valheim. It's not just for something like the crafting mechanics, it's also because of the enemy variety and the way that you fight and what you have to pay attention to. And I think that actually is a pretty nice evolution on the formula we're already familiar with. Actually, I want to continue that thought. Let's head back into the caves while I do that. So when I'm talking about an evolution on a familiar concept, I think that's one of the things that is going to be really important for this game to kind of establish very, very early on. Because what could end up happening here is this game, yeah, it's familiar, it's very easy to get into, but then people are going to come to the conclusion of, well, why bother paying for a new game when I already had Minecraft with so many mods that I'm going to be good for a long time? Like, there's no shortage of content, and I already own this game, it's all free, why bother picking up Hytale? And that's, I think, a very fair criticism right now, because it's really hard to compete with something that is so established. But I do think that Hytale has a good chance of pulling it off. Mainly because this game, being created by, you know, major Minecraft modders and server runners and stuff like that, they did create this game with the modding community in mind. In fact, from what I understand, I'm not much of a modder myself, but just from talking to some folks, it certainly seems like the infrastructure of this game is designed to be very mod-friendly. In fact, within one day of this game coming out, there was already like 400 different mods on the workshop, which is pretty darn impressive. So the more this game is able to attract that modding community, the more tools they can provide, the easier it is to access, the more evergreen I think this game is going to get. It would not surprise me one iota if you start seeing Tekkit-style mods for this game, huge overhauls with lots and lots of content, and all this different competing mod packs that people will love playing with. I could see that happening very, very easily. It's also designed to be very friendly for people trying to create their own adventure maps. It will be designed for people to even create their own little short videos. I mean, if you looked at the trailers at Hytale, it includes things like having actual like cameramen and stuff like that, camera controls, so it's easy to form those old Minecraft-style shorts that got really popular on the internet back in the day. Like, Hypixel knows what people want, and that's what they're creating. And if it does work, if it registers with people, if it resonates, then this could end up being a very serious evergreen game. It also helps that at the moment, ever since Minecraft was acquired by Microsoft, people haven't been especially thrilled with the direction that it's gone. So, I mean, the conditions are ripe for someone to basically swoop in and take the mantle. Now, how successful is Hytale going to be at that? Hard to say. I mean, it looks like within the first couple of days, they already had sold about 1 million copies of the game, which is pretty substantial, obviously. So, I think they're well on their way. We'll find out if it's enough in time. And it's doing this by threading that very delicate needle. It has to be a game that people feel like is intuitive and understandable because they have seen this kind of game before. So it's easy to pick up, but it also has to be different enough that people feel like there's a compelling reason to continue playing. Now, I mean, it seems fine so far in the early game. How will it feel in the late game? I don't know. Hard to say. Only time will tell. And of course, since the game is in early access, we need to keep that in mind too. Like, there is a lot of room for this game to continue to grow. In fact, we should expect it to. So I don't want to sound like overly eager and say this is definitely like Minecraft 2 or anything like that. I mean, I have no idea where it's going to go, but I do see the potential. It's 100% there. People absolutely could get into this game. If you love Minecraft, there's probably no reason why you won't like Hytale, except for the current lack of mods in comparison. But that just needs time. That's it. Hello. I don't know what we found here, but it looks like a bunch of cocoon things. How much you want to bet that are giant spiders down yaw? What happens if I break this, by the way? Oh, okay. Someone's already dead. How are you wriggling, then? This begs a new question. If I keep hitting these, are, like, scary things gonna, like, pop out? Can I free these in some way, or are they all definitely just a bunch of skulls? Ugh. I am fully expecting a giant spider to drop on me here at some point. I'm waiting for it. There's too many webs. I feel like I've just walked into Shelob's lair here, man. Now, I am aware that as I play through something like this, most of you have not known me for being much of a survival crafter or Minecraft style of YouTuber. The OGs remember, though, a very long time ago, I created 2 different Minecraft series that, in my opinion, were some of the best work that I have ever done, themed around the tech at PAX. So this kind of stuff absolutely interests me. Whether it's a regular thing I do on the channel is irrelevant. At some point, if I think this is a very interesting game that is worth your attention, I'm going to try to find an excuse to show it to you guys. I will admit, though, it is a little bit sad. We got Hytale before we got Tech at Season 3. Believe it or not, I've actually had a script written for that for the last, like, 3 years. But ever since I had a kid, I just haven't had the time to build the world and record it, because that was actually a pretty high production value project for me. So, yeah, that's the only reason we don't have it. I want to do it. I think it'd be really fun, but I don't know, man. Hard to do. Hard to do. Is there any room for Hytale to kind of fill that gap and stuff and, like, actually become Tech at Season 3? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that's not really something I had planned on, but depending on how the game grows, could very well happen in some way. I think what's more likely to happen is I could see this game really starting to take off with my own audience in, let's say, the Discord server. And if people really want me to create, like, my own little custom server or community once that is available, if it is already, I have no idea, well, then maybe that could be kind of fun. We used to do things like that, believe it or not, you know? I wouldn't mind reviving it. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for in this little camp over here, by the way. It just seems to be a bunch of free stuff sort of sitting around. Ladders, goblins, skeletons, coffins, all cool stuff. I'd love to see kind of more like dungeon crawling RPG-ish mechanics in places like this. Sometimes you just stumble across like a little camp, and if you fight all the way to the end of it, maybe you find some sort of a goblin boss. That'd be pretty nifty. Truth be told, the only thing I really care about is finding iron. Oh, look, iron. Haven't been finding very much of it, though. That's been disappointing. Whoa, wow, wow, where'd you guys come from? Okay, I don't like how the enemies... Ah, they're throwing bombs at me! I don't like how these guys keep, like, sneaking up on me. That doesn't make me feel very good about my situation. Can you please stop it? Good God, why do you have grenades? You look like you're gonna explode already on your own. What are you doing? Why aren't you dead yet? There we go. I got boom powder. Evil little boogers. Why is it the goblins are always evil? For once, why can't I play a game where the goblins are actually kind of chill, you know? Oh, great. A lot more spiders. Seriously, we've got orc/goblins and spider things. This is Shelob's lair, isn't it? That's what I'm saying, man. Like, if you had some procedurally generated little caves like this, kind of like a Shelob's lair thing, and there's a big boss at the end, wouldn't that be fun? I could see that being a thing in the adventure maps. I really could, and I hope it does. Loads more iron up high if I could just get to it. We're getting real deep now. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Maybe too deep? What the frick is this thing? No, for real, though. What is this? Can I kill it? Apparently. Hang on, what are you? I must kill you. Are you like a magic essence thing? Did you just go in the wall? No, you just set a green fire. What was that? And see, this excites me. If I don't know what I'm looking at here, that's kind of fun, you know? Maybe that's the real big selling point with this game, you know? Yeah, it's familiar. It's just like Minecraft. But you also get that sense of like wonder and discovery again. I don't know what these things are, but I've got a bad feeling that if I go and tangle with them, I'm going to die. We're gonna find out. Hopefully it doesn't kill me. All right, whoa, you are creepy. Hello, all right. And see, this is what I'm talking about with enemy variation too. Like there's a sense of discovery here. I don't know what to expect, but if I can beat the rock monster, surely I can beat the fire monster. He does the exact same spinny moves. See, I already know how to beat you. Spin to win, stab, and he's dead. What do I get? Essence of fire and iron ingots. Is it some sort of an iron golem? That's kind of cool. I mean, we see lava here. Are there any special ores or anything I should be looking for? Kind of keeping my eyes peeled, not seeing it yet. Looks like the cobblestone down here is unique, though. Volcanic cobble, which my copper can barely get through. Nice. I got more building materials. What is that, a floating flaming skull? All right, let's go and introduce ourselves. Hello! Oh, he spits fire. Ah, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. Who would have guessed? Got him. He dropped cinder cloth. What the frick is cinder cloth, dude? Oh, gosh, what is this thing? Looks like some sort of a giant volcanic toad. All right, we'll antagonize this sucker as well, see what happens. Yep, that's big. Oh my God, okay, no, never mind. Run, run away. Holy crud, run away. It's gonna take a second to heal over here in a safe corner. Oh God, look at that little eye. It's one of those things. It looks like some sort of a creepy eye. The eye of Sauron is watching me, dude. Okay, yeah, don't want to fight that again. That thing was going to obliterate me. Oh gosh, we've also got ourselves a lava snail? Do you explode? I don't know, maybe you do. Kinda wish I had a bow and arrow to confirm this safely. If he blows up right now, I'm gonna feel very sad. No, just essence of fire. Okay, that's fine. I think maybe, just maybe, I've overstayed my welcome here a little bit. We've got ourselves lots of copper and iron and stuff. Maybe we should, head home and upgrade a little, huh? But here's my question. If we're already getting down to a level where we're starting to see, like, lava and stuff, does this world go even deeper than this? Like, where would I get things like thorium? Where would I get mithril? I have no idea. And it might be that it's not even in this world at all. Maybe there's an effectively kind of like a nether-ish sort of place, a nether equivalent, and that's where you go for the end game materials. And we're gonna start using magic and portals once I have alchemy and arcanist workbenches. Who knows? I see so many directions this game could go. Gosh, this cave is freaking huge. It just goes, oh my God, a whole bunch of those things just spawned. Yeah, it goes on and on and on. All right, yeah, I've convinced myself. Let's get the heck out of Dodge. He says as he proceeds to go deeper, not actually getting the heck out of Dodge. Have I learned nothing from playing Minecraft? Greed gets you killed. But I personally consider this to be a good sign. If it's evoking all the old memories, all the old playstyles and mistakes and stuff, then that means that it really has recaptured that feeling for me. Oh, good God. Okay, that's a lot more. I do not like how the enemies can spawn when you're practically next to them, though. I'll tell you that. I don't feel good about that. That makes me angry. And I still haven't found whatever the frickin' spider thing is out here. That scares me. Ooh, what is that? There's somebody walking around over there with their head down with what looks like one of those little straw pointy hats. I don't know what that is. For all I know, that's a necromancer. I'm not gonna mess with it right now. I really like not knowing. It makes me happy. Yeah, you know, give it a couple of weeks. I'm sure somebody's gonna figure out how they can speed run this game. It'll be a thing. Leave it to gamers to find ways to take the fun out of a game, man. For right now, though, at least it's fun and cool. Found the spider! It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. Okay. It's fine. Still scared me a little bit, though. I'm not exactly arachnophobic, but I don't like spiders, man. I don't like them. Venom sacks. Oh, I saw that for an upgrade material. Oh, there's a bunch of spiders. Hey, look at that. They spawned on me again. What do you know? Okay, finally back out into the open air. Well, that was quite the profitable run. Now, I think that I can place, like, a marker on the map by right-clicking over here, for example. There we go. So that's now a thing. I don't know how many markers I can place. No, just one. So what I'd love to see at some point in the future is the ability to just go ahead and mark things. If I say, hey, this is a cave entrance I want to be able to find in the future, just place down a quick marker, right? Little things like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if that gets added at some point, or if not, well, there's probably already a mod for that. Home sweet home. So, let's go ahead and toss our bounty onto the pile, start curing a bunch more leather, smelting up the copper, smelting up the iron, toss the rest into a little chest while I wait. And maybe we can set up another workbench or two. Wouldn't mind getting, let's say, the furniture workbench so I can start making some good furniture for myself, and maybe also a farmer's workbench so we can take a quick look at that and see how it works. Furniture, let's see what we got here. We could make ourselves some nice beds if I had some cloth, which I do not. Also, a dark temple bed sure as heck looks like a coffin. Can we become vampires in this game? That'd be kind of cool. Let's see, all sorts of special looking lights. That's kind of nice. Looks like we can make some clay for pottery projects. Textiles, special wooden walls with coloring in them. Okay. Books, tankards, snowmen and holiday items. Oh yeah. And over at the farmer's workbench, a hoe, watering cans, buckets, shears, whole mess of different seeds that we can get from extracting the essence of life. And actually, that's a lot more crops than I thought would be in the game. Interesting. I'm not so sure how much I love that the essence of life seems necessary for everything here. I feel like this should be used as a magic ingredient or something later on, and I can easily find seeds and saplings as I go. But maybe I can, and I'm just missing it. I don't know. Oh, and we can create things like some grass decorative tiles and stuff like that, too. Perfect. I believe it's possible to tame various different animals. Not sure how you would make them breed or anything, but I'll bet you there is a way. Hi, sheepy, come here, I need to shear you! Now you're naked. What else can I find before I end out this video? I feel like there's so much more I still want to explore. What if we try looking for some of these other little biomes or something, you know? There's got to be a few cool ones. I know there are some nice desert biomes. I don't even know what's up over here. We explored pretty deep underground, apparently. This looks pretty interesting, whatever it is. Let's just pick a direction and run, man. Let's pick a direction and run. I want to see the world that's been created for me. The seed-laden woods, lots of colorful trees. Fish down here, you can get those, by the way. Can I shear these weird beefalo things? Maybe. Hang on, come here. No, I cannot. Dang it. Snake! There are snakes! And bears, but we knew that already. Run! Oh my god, a lot of bears. Oh my god, 4 bears. What is this stuff? This doesn't feel normal, whatever it is. Some sort of a hive thing? It's hard to break whatever it is. No, it's a giant mushroom. Wait, what? This is a giant mushroom block? Okay, I don't know about that one. Ooh, these trees are pretty. Ooh, look at this. It's like I've walked into some sort of an elven forest. Or maybe it's a little bit more swampy than I gave it credit for. Maybe. Oh, hello. It's a bog monster! Look, if you die, you only have yourself to blame. You attacked me, okay? Oh, look, he's dead. Oh, wow, I can actually just, like, break the surface of the bog. Ooh, dude, that's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, it's all floating. I didn't even notice that. Ah, cool. And now we're finally coming up on that blue tree biome I've been aiming for. What the heck is all of this? What are these giant pillars? Do they mean something? Violet glowing mushrooms? This is weird. I don't know what to interpret in all of this. The trees are pretty. I freaking love it. But what are those weird stone pillars? What is this supposed to represent? Mine a piece of this and see what it is. Slate. Giant slate pillars everywhere. Huh. Well, a little anticlimactic. Pretty though, I'll give it that. Whoa, and if I look to the left of the map, we can see across this channel everything completely changes. Look at this. Volcanic ashlands everywhere, deserts. Screw it, I'm going west. Whoa. Okay. Is that a lobster on a rock? Rock lobster. I don't even know how you get up this. Oh, it's a giant crab. Hello. Click, click to you too. I'm not messing with you. Let's go. Can I go underwater? I freaking can. Whoa. Crystalline depths? Okay. There's cool stuff down here, I guess. Are those electric eels? Could just be a moray. Regardless, let's get over here to this volcanic ashland. I mean, on the plus side, I should actually be able to scale this. I need to remember that this is, in fact, something I can do in this game. Okay, whoa. Are these zombie cows? Wait, no. Zombie cows and pigs. They're hostile. Zombie cows and pigs. Oh my god, they hurt. Oh god. Zombie cows and pigs? Why? What does this represent? What's going on? These trees are on fire. They look awesome. Giant volcanic ravines everywhere. Sure. And I'm approaching some sort of a frosted region here? I don't know what this is. Hello, more of those weird toad things. The cinder wastes. Oh my god, we are in the devastated lands, apparently. Yeah, it looks pretty devastating, all right. That guy definitely has some sort of a scythe. I don't know what I'm running into here, guys. This is all totally new territory for me. Is that some sort of a fortress up there? Guys, there's stuff to see. This is pretty cool. I don't even know what I'm in right now. Some sort of a plague land? Those are big, scary monsters over there, dude. And I found a temple. Can't get to it right now, but I'll bet you there's something cool in there, too. Yeah, everything is literally plagued or burned to cinders out here. How many of these giant biomes are out there? I already know I'm under-leveled for this entire place. Look at that big guy. Oh, man. All right. Yep, I'm happy. I'm actually really happy to see this exists. It's not all happy, idyllic land. There are, in fact, some very dangerous places to travel. And again, this reminds me a little bit of, whoa, something like Valheim. I'd just like to have a boat or something so I can make it a little faster, you know? And the underwater areas are very pretty. Oh, that's a hammerhead shark. Probably don't want to get bitten by that. Yeah, guys, I think my verdict so far is I'm very pleased with this game. I think it is very cool. It's hard to say that this isn't just better than base Minecraft in pretty much every way. And everything that's missing is really just player-created content. Like, people are going to create their own stories, their own mods, everything else, and it's going to be great. Oh, look, a work in progress. Nice. And this is where we can see that the game has so much room to grow still. That's exciting to me. I smell potential. A lot of potential. And if Hypixel Studios can fulfill their vision of making this one of the most mod-friendly games ever made, better than Gary's mod even, then I don't know. I don't see how this can't be a runaway success. It really makes me wonder what Riot Games was thinking when they canceled its development back in June. Like, why? If it was this close to being ready for early access, then this seems like a pretty obvious hit. Why stop? What am I missing here? I honestly couldn't tell you. I think so far this game is looking phenomenal. It really is the closest thing we've had, I think, to a true sequel to Minecraft. Yes, the progression is a bit different, but that's not a bad thing. It looks great, it plays great. Turns out the performance is a lot better on C++ instead of Java, who would have guessed? And even in early access, it's got a lot of content to work with. And the standard edition of this game is only $20 right now. There are other versions with more cosmetics available, but I mean, like, that's not even an unreasonable price for what you get, if this truly is an evergreen game. Lots to appreciate here, guys. A lot to appreciate. The only downside I can see right now is that this game is not on Steam. It is currently running its own launcher and servers. It may go into Steam at some point. Sounds like it might. But right now, you'd have to buy it directly from them. But that's okay. As long as it runs, I'm happy. Thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope you found it informative and entertaining in some way. Very, very high regards for Hytale. I think it's worth your time. There'll be a link in the description down below if you would like to learn more. Otherwise, I would ask you to consider hitting that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell. And I will see you guys next time.